And Macron, when he came to Moscow just a week or so before we started the military operation, he was at a press conference, and then during this infamous phone conversation with Putin, which he, President of France, leaked, yes. He was saying that, Vladimir, you cannot insist on this legitimate government agreeing to talk to the separatists. And Putin was objecting, saying this government came to power as a result of a coup. Let them be grateful to all of us that we are trying to legitimize this entire situation and this entire country. But don't forget that the Minsk agreements bluntly say direct dialogue with this, whom you call separatists. It's a very shameful way which the French and the Germans behaved, and eventually those who signed on behalf of Ukraine, Germany and France, Poroshenko, Merkel and Hollande, being retired already, they stated in an interview, we never intended to implement this. We just needed to buy time to push more weapons into Ukraine. And of course, NATO was playing a key role. This Ramstein process led by the United States during Biden time. Now the Americans want to give it to the Brits, I understand. But the Europeans do not stop the efforts. On the contrary, they kind of increase them and call for more and more support, becoming more and more emphatic, and I would even say nervous. And the question whether NATO can survive without the United States is, I understand, motivated by these observations. I don't think the Americans would drop from NATO. At least President Trump never hinted that this might be the case. What he did bluntly said was that if you want us to protect you, to give you security guarantees, you pay what is necessary. It's still to be discussed what is necessary, 2.5%, 5%, anything in the middle. But he also said that those who fulfill the criteria of the percentage of GNP, to be contributed to NATO, them, the United States would guarantee that they are safe and secure. But he doesn't want provide these guarantees, security guarantees to Ukraine under Zelensky. He has his own view of the situation, which he bluntly presents every now and then, that this war should have never started, that the pulling Ukraine into NATO in violation of its constitution and violation of the Declaration of Independence of 1991, on the basis of which we recognized Ukraine as a sovereign state, for several reasons, including that this declaration was saying no NATO, no blocks, neutral status. And another thing which this declaration also confirmed and solidified, the all rights of Russian and all other national minorities are to be respected, which, by the way, is still in the Ukrainian constitution, in spite of the fact that the series of laws they passed since 2019 culminated in total prohibition, legal prohibition of the Russian language in media, education, culture, even in day-to-day life. If you come to a store and asks the store attendant to be assisted in Russian, he or she might tell you to speak the right language. Such issues happen. And of course, this was a very different situation. Since then, they included the NATO membership into the constitution, while keeping the national minorities guarantees. They declared that NATO is the future of Ukraine, European Union also. When they started saying these things, European Union still kept some resemblance of an economic grouping. Now it lost it altogether, and Fuhrer, Ursula, is mobilizing everybody, everybody to remilitarize Europe. Some unbelievable sums of money are being mentioned. And many people think that this is a trick to divert attention of the population from those dozens and hundreds of billions of euros which have been spent during the COVID days and during the assistance to Ukraine without proper auditing. It's a discussion which is being raised. EU also lost its independence. It's lost its economic meaning, because when a German government spokesman says, no, we would never restore this gas pipeline, Nord Stream 2, because we have to get rid of the dependence on the Russian gas. But this was the basis for the German economy, for prosperity of the German economy. They pay now 4 or 5 times more than similar industries pay for gas in the United States. And business is moving to the US. Deindustrialization of Europe is taking place. And they are ready to sacrifice all this just for the sake of achieving ideological goal, defeating Russia. They were saying in the battlefield, Russia must be strategically defeated. Now they say we would not accept capitulation of Ukraine. It's a change, almost 360 degrees, as Annalena Baerbock says. But European Union is no longer peaceful economic project. They want their own army. Speaking of the future of NATO, there are voices. Okay, if the United States doesn't want to be actively involved in European affairs, let's have our own NATO, our own military alliance. But this is the game and process.